Yeah, it's so good to see you both back here. DJ, you were here when we first got into this space. We were just talking about the fact that when y'all signed the guest wall, there was like hardly no signatures over there yet. But you have been growing with Baseball Beyond Borders, and I really want to hear some of the things that you've been able to experience.
I've been able to experience just like meeting some new players and getting the chance to be in other facilities like EL1 and Big League Edge, and just being able to like share my growth and share with other kids like how I've been doing, and see some old teammates that I haven't seen in a while since I've been also playing basketball.
Wow. Well, Bookie, this partnership with the Mariners and EL1 Sports, I mean, this is really about opening up access, right? And really that representation of young black players in the game. Tell us more about what this partnership means to Baseball Beyond Borders.
Yeah, it means everything. I think it's a first step in the right direction, as I continue to say, that we finally now have a place we can call home. It's been a long time coming, our 15 years of existence where we've always been displaced, right? Not having a place to allow our kids to grow and one, be welcomed, right? Feel a sense of belonging when they walk into a space. Now this partnership with the Seattle Mariners and the Mariners Training Centers and EL1 Sports is going to create that space for belonging and for that behavior to now be modeled for that others who also may be having indoor facility spaces and outdoor spaces can begin to embrace community.
Yeah, this is important. And I know it's really important for us here at Converge Media. Of course, we were on the scene when
one of the definitions of team, which is a group of individuals with complementing skills that's required to complete a task or goal. So we kind of look at that as kind of how we've set this up and seeing who are the individuals, which organizations can we partner with that have complementing skills to really complete that task and goal of equitable access to all these kids.
I think a tangible goal that I know we want to see is that kids have access to playing the game, right? More and more kids are participating and getting engaged in baseball and softball efforts. It's going to be an important step to not only focus on our kids, but also to look at how we can empower coaches and really use that and use the EL1 model as a resource point to develop our coaching staff and make sure that we continue to have the representation so that those kids who are our target market, they also see themselves in this game. This RBI Regional Tournament is the platform that allows these kids to take their game to that next level and to compete at high levels.
The true core of what EL1 is and who we are is collaboration, right? And so we wanted to unite the baseball and softball communities for years. And again, to partner with the Mariners to do that with their brand, their history, and this excitement around the team. And everyone's come together.
We saw that the market was extremely fragmented. The costs were through the roof. We believed that there was a more efficient and a better way to do it. We saw lots of volunteers that are well-intended and great people that lack resources, bandwidth to execute in their communities. And so we decided to build something in service to that. So we actually offer many back office services programs to really support organizations from the Little League level all the way through training facilities. So partnering with the Mariners and having 5 training centers is just the beginning. We're actually providing access through our mobile program as well. I believe we have almost 90 events scheduled throughout that 5-state region to bring baseball and the Mariners to these communities that might not have access to make it to one of these facilities.
We want to bring everyone inside, metaphorically, and just from a standpoint of making sure that everyone has access and opportunities to come and be a part of the training centers.
Our commitment to Baseball Beyond Borders is to work with them from the beginning. We want them to be a part of what we're doing, and that's why they're here right now. So we can do this from the start. There's no misconceptions, there's no misunderstandings. We walk through this and we're aligned, not just as EL1, but the Mariners Training Centers, the Mariners, and then with Baseball Beyond Borders. So this is the first step in the right direction that allows inclusivity in our practice to be able to really build upon our baseball and softball model than Baseball Beyond Borders and ensure that communities are centered and that they have the direct access to be able to create a sense of belonging. I think it's important that they now have a power of place that they can go be who they want to become. And this partnership, this collaboration, this team effort that I think EL1, Seattle Mariners, and Baseball Beyond Borders is moving towards is going to be a catalyst to help really increase baseball and softball access here in our region.
Wow, these kinds of partnerships are so necessary, but also so powerful. And for me, I'm seeing this concept and notion of belonging, which you were just speaking about. You also speak about it there. DJ, how have you been able to really, I think, experience what they mean when they say belonging? Now some of these spaces are open up to you. How has that impacted your mind frame and your framework for how you approach the game?
I think it's impacted me in a very big way just because when I feel like I need to go out and work on my game, I want to go to some random field and feel like, okay, if this isn't open tomorrow, then I won't be able to keep that grind going. If this ain't going to happen, if this place is not safe, how I'm going to get better. But with EL1, the Mariners, I feel like I have a safe and helpful place where I can learn and expand my game every single day. I don't feel like my ability to help myself and work on my game is limited to just maybe one day out of the week or one day out of a year even. So that might be a little dramatic, but it's possible if people just only have one place or people are just going to just little parks to work, because it's open to everybody and not everybody's safe in the public when they want to work on their game.
Yeah. No, it's true. And I mean, what you're speaking about is really you sharing your lived experience out here. We talk about it a lot. I mean, Bookie, this has been a long time coming. I mean, Baseball Beyond Borders has been in existence for some time, but the ideas of what you all have been working to establish, these kind of partnerships really are helping to actualize a lot of those ideas. When you look at, the beginning of Baseball Beyond Borders and you see where it is today, give us, some explanation of how that's landing with you.
I can't even explain it. I mean, because every year is a new year and then something new is happening within the organization. And I think if it's not for people like DJ and JT Wayne and others who continue to share their feelings about where they want to go, we're just really trying to build up our younger generation. And that's how we model, right? We model the behavior that we want to see. And I think their voices from the inception, right, from the very beginning, saying that we need a place, we want to train, we want to get better, that continued to drive us to really try to cultivate the relationships that we needed. And it's important. I'm thankful for Jamil Canty and Aaron Troyer there with EL1 Sports, because he said it in that video. He said, we wanted to do this from the beginning. We didn't want to create something and then ultimately bring Baseball Beyond Borders in, which is typically what we often are focused on, right? It's decolonizing approach. That I think we are so far familiar with, but they actually turned that tide. They said, no, we're going to start from the beginning. And so now we're in a space where we can really create the inclusivity that we desire to have and to see. And it's not just solely going to focus on our young kings. It's going to also show representation in the sport when it comes to coaches. Because even when you do go into spaces like that, you still may not see the people that look like you. And so we have to begin to also raise that tide. To ensure that African-American men and women have access to sport of baseball and softball. And it's not just seen in our youth, it's actually seen in our adults.
Yeah, that representation is key. And I also think a lot of that is, number one, intentionality. And for the young folks, it's the exposure, right? I mean, you all at Baseball Beyond Borders have been like, we need to expose them to what this looks like professionally. DJ, I know now you have some opportunities on board because of this. Help share that with the folks.
Well, yeah, recently I have gotten an offer to play at a HBCU called I'm blanking out already. Mississippi Valley State University, and I had a great talk with Coach Barney, and that trip that we had later last year to the South kind of helped me get an understanding of what it would be like to live over there and play baseball over there. And even though it's pretty hot over there, I feel like I'd be better connected with my people of color and just kind of get a better understanding of how it feels just to play with my people, especially because it's the HBCU, and pretty much so throughout my life I've been playing on select teams with majority of white people, especially on one of the teams I play on now. It's kind of like, it's just I'm the only black kid, so I think it's very special for me to get that experience to play with other black kids that also have the talent that I have and kind of have been through the same things.
Oh, look, now that right there, yeah, that's huge. Congratulations, DJ. That is huge because a lot of this is, you wouldn't have any idea of what that looks like if you all didn't go down south. And I know, Bookie, this is kind of exciting too because now other people are able to see that whole spiel, what y'all did. They're able to see all of that effort poured in a whole other way. I'm going to let you talk on that.
Yeah, so if for those that don't know, Reconciliation Tour, Converge Media was able to follow along, and we have a documentary film that came out. It is yet to be in the public eye. However, if you are on an Alaska Airlines flight, you do have the ability to watch the Reconciliation Tour premiere in their in-flight entertainment, and that is streamed across all flights in the U.S. I don't know if it's global, but however, it's still an opportunity for you to witness that, and that's obviously the only public space that we can get into, but I believe at the end of this month we are looking to release the Reconciliation Tour, and we'll be going back down for the Reconciliation Tour 2023.
Come on now. I mean, hey, snaps all around. I'm so grateful for the partnership of Converge Media being able to really help wield the story in a way that allows everyone to experience it. Kudos to you and your whole team at Baseball Beyond Borders, Bookie. Congratulations, DJ. I'm so glad you were able to come back here. Now you see my living room set. It's your home. Whenever you figure out what your next step is, we're going to have to celebrate you there as well. And you already know, brother, anytime, Baseball Beyond Borders has something amazing going on, let us know. I'm so glad that we've been able to be a part of your story really from early on and continuing that story and continuing that coverage. Thanks so much for being with me today, both of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.